We got some Marvel delays, and Cap might be in trouble. So we talked about right after the actors strike that basically some movies were going to start production and jump and potentially also get delayed. Well, one of the movies that have been delayed is Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3 has already been delayed. However, they are going to start filming before Thanksgiving following the strike. Sean Levy's already said that basically they are 50% done. And that's cool, right? But we have more delays because not only is that delayed, but multiple Marvel films are also being delayed as well. And here's like a general list of them. So we have Deadpool 3, which is now going to be the only MCU movie in 2024. So it's only one. There's only one. But would y'all look at this? Cap 4 2025 during Black History Month at that. Let's see what they do with that. Fantastic Four in the summer of 2025. Just a couple months right after that, Thunderbolts right after. Then Blade got pushed back to November 7th, 2025. Now, let me just say this real quick. Personally, I would have preferred Blade in February, and you could throw Cap some other time. I don't care. I don't know. Throw Cap during Juneteenth or something, whatever. But I told y'all, 2025 finna be lit. And that's just Marvel. That's not counting all the other multiple movies that have been delayed into 2025. So listen, I'm looking forward to this. And here's the other thing too. I am very, very okay with the fact that they delayed all this. Some people are like, oh no, they're delaying. I'm like, no, take your time. Because I told y'all a lot of movies like Cap 4, I was worried about Cap 4. Why? I was worried about Cap 4 because it was still a byproduct of the idea sets from the pandemic. So everything that was around the time of Ms. Marvel, Secret Invasion, Guardians, not Guardians, Ant-Man 3, Thor 4, all of those movies were kind of in the same brain wave during that time. So I'm like, yo, I don't want to see nothing until after those movies are done. And the only movie I have some confidence in is Deadpool 3, mainly because that's Ryan Reynolds. You don't need Kevin Feige to work on Deadpool 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, this could be that movie where like Kevin Feige could be hands off and it could really be successful. And this would be similar to how James Gunn, he don't need Kevin Feige's help with Guardians of the Galaxy. That's his baby. He knows what he's doing. So like I'm confident in Deadpool 3, but all them other movies, Cap 4, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, Blake, y'all take all the time you need to get all the pandemic nonsense, that dust from the pandemic, that phase 4 dumb thinking. Get that out of y'all system and make these movies the way that they need to be made. Okay? Now I am a little nervous because whenever you have these movies so close, having 4 movies in 1 year, that's tight. Now, let me explain why, even though that might sound good for us, because we getting all these movies, it can be dangerous for the MCU. The reason why is because Marvel, when they get done with a project in the past, during phase 1 through 3, so before streaming came into the conversation, Marvel only had maybe 2 movies a year, maybe 3. In between that time, the movie will come out, and after the movie comes out, it gets praised or it gets knocked, whatever. Marvel had time to recoup, to look back and be like, what worked with Cap 1 or didn't? What worked with Thor 1 or Thor 2? Like, they had time to breathe, they had time to collect themselves, they had time to learn from their mistakes or from their successes, right? But when you have 4 movies back to back to back like that in the same year, you have to think about the fact that you have about 30 to 90 days of a promotional cycle. You got to promote the movie with trailers. You got to get those ticket sales and all that stuff. You have to premiere it. The movie has to come out. You have also the home streaming and all that stuff. You got those 90 days, give or take, to dedicate to that movie. And the second the movie is done, the second that promotional cycle is done, you don't have time to go back and see, hey, did Cap 4 work? Hey, did Fantastic Four, did people actually love it? Hey, what can we do better or worse with Thunderbolts? You don't have that time because you got to jump to the next cycle. You got to jump to the next promotional marketing thing and forget whatever happened before. So that's the only thing I'm a little worried about, because we've already noticed that the reason why Phase 4 was so bad was because Marvel was doing too much too fast. So maybe, and this is a big maybe they're going to take all of 2024 to figure these things out, but I don't know how far this will go. I'm going to be happy that we're getting multiple things, but I'm just hoping that the quality control does not get lost in the process. That's what I'm hoping. So, we got one other thing. Y'all see here that Cap got delayed. Cap 4 got delayed. It's pushed to Black History Month 2025. We got a rumor that popped up, and the rumor is coming from Jeff Snyder, same guy that gave us the Thunderbolt, Harrison Ford rumor, dropped some other things, pretty reliable insider. He's talking about why Cap really got pushed back. Now, hey, there was a whole strike. Makes sense, right? Maybe y'all got to shoot some things. Maybe you got to do some little stuff. No big deal, right? That ain't apparently the case. So it sounds like here, Captain America, Brave New World will reportedly receive extensive reshoots. Why? It received negative test scores. 3 major sequences will be cut. And the reshoots are going to happen between January to May. You mean to tell me that the Anthony Mackie led movie did not test very well, and y'all have to cut out 3 major sequences? Oh, okay. Color me shocked. I'm very surprised. Who knew? Not me. It's not a good sign. Now, once again, it is not uncommon for movies to get reshoots. That's not uncommon. It's not uncommon that some movies will not have the best test screenings. That's the purpose of test screenings. The whole purpose is to see what you got. And if it works with audiences, that's great. If it doesn't, go back to the drawing board. I'm just a little concerned that this thing said 3 major sequences. That means whatever you thought was the bread and butter doesn't work. Usually when they do reshoots, they will do things that will maybe, I don't know, maybe y'all didn't understand this multiverse thing, so we got to add a little something to help people understand. Okay, I get that. That makes sense. Maybe we got to add a little dialogue to help the story flow a little better. But the 3 major sequences, that sound like y'all about to change the whole tone of the movie. I can see if it was one thing, like, oh man, Ms. Marvel dropped, so now we got to do something extra. We got to do something. I can see that. 3. Listen, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe it's not a big deal. I don't know. But I'd be lying to y'all if I told y'all that this was not a red flag for me. And I already told y'all I was very cautious with Cap 4 because that's a byproduct of the Phase 4 nonsense. So I don't know. What do y'all think these 3 major sequences can be? How many Hulks did they cut out of this movie? Is it Anthony Mackie's fault? I don't know. Whatever you think, please feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. This was just a segment of one of my live chats, and if you're interested in joining in on the next one, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications for more. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.